everyone, I'm Alicia Jackson, licensed professional counselor, and today we're going to talk about 5 reasons why boundaries are so important. First, I want to define boundaries, okay? So boundaries are how we communicate to others how we want to be treated, whether something is okay or not okay. And depending on what we've experienced in our lives, typically those who have experienced a lot of trauma, it makes it very, very hard to set boundaries with others, but also if you have like very strong authoritative parents or parental figures or authority figures in your life, they can also make it very, very challenging on setting boundaries with other people. So we want to start and as to, again, 5 reasons why it's so important. Number 1, reason why setting boundaries is so important is because it evokes your voice. It engages your voice. It helps to solidify your voice. Oftentimes, the voice is in here that's telling us, oh, I really don't want to do this, or I really didn't like that. I hope it doesn't happen again. But we don't say it out loud and let other people know how we want to be treated. Let our voices be heard. So people who are typically, they would be viewed as passive, have a hard time engaging their voice, and view other people who are more assertive, who don't have any issues with stating their boundaries and how they want to be treated. It can feel like a lot and aggressive, and so they'll back down and not be honest truly about how they want to be treated in a relationship or setting, environment, what have you. But that is, your voice is your power. And if you are in situations that you do not like and you do not want it to continue, your voice is the key to unlock that situation, to give you your freedom, to say, this is not okay for me. Either I'm leaving, or you need to do better if you want me to continue to stay around and stick around. Okay? So number 1, voice. Number 2, the reason why having boundaries is so important is that it protects you. It actually is self-care. Boundaries are self-care. And I know we think about boundaries as like massages and foot rubs and bubble baths and pedicures, and that is definitely a part of how you can pamper yourself, how you can even take care of yourself after a relaxing day or after a stressful day, to relax. But it's boundaries are also self-care. It's how you take care of yourself. It's how you ensure your needs are getting met in a situation. If you are in a situation and you need to advocate for yourself, setting boundaries in relationships, in your work environment, wherever you go, is how you take care of yourself, how you make sure you're getting what you need. You think about it, as a baby, that crying, that's you. The baby is setting boundaries, like, I'm not okay, right? I'm not okay. The baby is using the voice and crying, and it's like, I need to be changed, I need to be fed, I need to be burped, I need some time, some skin to skin time, I need some attention, and so the babies use their voice, and somewhere in between the crib of motherhood, depending on how that baby is engaged in that stage of nurturing and building attachment, a baby and a child can receive communication that lets them know that their needs are not as important, or that their voice isn't something that's going to get them their needs met. And that sometimes is what quiets that voice. But if you are in a situation and your needs are not getting met, boundaries are how you take care of yourself. Period. And they protect you. So it also provides, and I'm talking about protection like physical protection and emotional protection. Okay? Saying like that offended me. I think sometimes that is a hard thing for us to say, because so much of our culture is like, oh, you're offended, you're being dramatic, you're making too much of this. And it's like, no, that offended me, and I would like for you not to do it again. Okay? And it's not making much about it. It's just saying, this is this needs to be addressed because my feelings matter. And so that's the emotional safety. And then physical safety is if you're in a situation, say if you're a high schooler and you are with your friends and you see a lot of things happening and you're like, this situation does not look like it's going to play out well. I want to leave. And so you're protecting yourself so that you are safe. You're safe. Your voice matters. Okay? Number three. I'll put up 2 fingers here. Number 3. Reason why your boundaries are important is that it provides clear communication in your relationships. Such a beautiful thing. Have you ever been in a situation or relationship with somebody and they didn't really communicate clearly with you? They didn't tell you what they needed from you. And so you were always like kind of like guessing, like, I hope that they're okay with what's happening. Are we good? Do they like? I mean, I cook this for them, but I hope they like it. They don't tell me that they like it. I mean, they eat it, but I don't know. You need communication, need to be clear. Like sometimes this is good, but then other times they respond and it's negative. Like, I don't know what they want from me. Boundaries create clear communication with each other. You let the person you're in communication with know, or in relationship know, yes, my needs are getting met. I would like us to do this more, or I would like us to stop doing this. Maybe we should try this. Boundaries help to provide clear communication and also provide emotional safety in relationships. Wonderful. Number 4, it maintains the health of a relationship. And we're talking about, when I'm saying relationship, not just people, but with your career, your company, entrepreneurs. Entrepreneurs are very guilty of not having defined schedules. And so not having a defined schedule means you don't have boundaries with your time. You don't have a start time. You don't have an end time. You're just working all the time. That's no boundaries, and that means that you're going to start to resent your job. You're going to start to resent your company. You're going to start to resent your decision to be an entrepreneur. You're going to start to resent your customers. So you have to set boundaries for yourself in order to maintain a healthy relationship with your job, your school, your career, your spouse, your child, your parent, your whoever you're in relationship with, or whatever you're in relationship with, to maintain a healthy relationship so that feelings are not left unresolved that then begin to fester to other stuff, anger, resentment, and that really tends to like erode at the relationship of it all. Okay, so boundaries, that's where it's at. Number 5, and the final reason why boundaries are so important. Okay, I'm a little goofy, can't you tell? 5th reason. So I'm gonna split it up a little bit. Okay, so I'll say this: the 5th reason why boundaries are so important is that it provides clarity in your relationships. And this is a tough one, so that's why I'm slow walking it. It provides clarity in your relationships because if you communicate a boundary and the person doesn't respect the boundary, then you know where you stand with the person. If you request a need and then like this continues to be an issue, then you know where you stand with the person. And sometimes that's a scary thing, because if you really care about this person but they're not reciprocating that care, it could really be damaging to sometimes sometimes in relationships we create like a fantasy world of where we feel like the person is versus where they really are, and it can be damaging to that and bring us to like a very sobering space. And so boundaries help to provide clarity in your relationships so that you know who really cares about you and who really values you, and who values your no and who doesn't value your no. the sunny part of it is that if the person does value you, then you get your needs met. That's the beautiful part. If they value you, if they respect you, if they want you in your life, if they want you in their life, then they're going to comply with their boundaries, with your boundaries within reason. I'm not saying they're not going to be like a genie. I'm not saying that, okay? I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that they are going to be more in tune to have a conversation with you. Okay, so you want to do this thing. Okay, so all right, I'm hearing you. You feel like we need to go out more often. Okay, and you would like to go out every week. So how about we try like every other week? We want to be, budget focused. How about we do that? So they'll come trying to meet you because they care about you versus like minimizing your feelings, dismissing your feelings, or dismissing your needs and saying it's not important. That's when you know that the person doesn't care about you as much as you feel that they do or want them to. I know that one was a rough one, but just think about the clarity that will help provide for you in your relationship, so that you have a secure sense of the people that really, really care about you. That is a wonderful feeling versus always wondering and questioning, do they really care about me? I'm doing all of this for them. Do they care about me? The clarity brings so much peace, brings so much security. I hope this has been beneficial to you. I hope this has encouraged you to set boundaries in your relationships and with yourself, because you definitely need to set boundaries with yourself as well. And if it hasn't encouraged you, I hope that it just made you even consider it. I'm geeked even if you just for a moment was like, I really need to say no to them, but at least you're right, but I don't know yet. That's still good. Considering means that you are curious. You're curious about it, and if you're curious about it, then you're on your way there. So, if you had any difficulties setting boundaries, please share with me, talk with me, comment below on it, and share this with someone. Share this with someone you feel might benefit from this video. Of course, I'm going to tell you to subscribe to my channel. I keep making videos. You might as well subscribe to it. And I will see you next time. I have some exciting news coming up that I want to share with you all. So hold fast to your seatbelts. I hope all is well, and see you next time. Take care.